Hi, today we are making Crock Pot Smothered Pork Chop. Friends, this has over 500 reviews on our website at a 4.99 rating. It is so good, and of course, like all of our recipes, it is so easy to make. Hi, my name is Christina. I'm with eatingonadime.com. Let's get cooking. The full recipe is linked in the description below, where you can get all of the step-by-step instructions and all of the ingredients.
Today we are starting with a 6-quart slow cooker. I'm just using my traditional slow cooker, and we're doing boneless pork chops that I'm placing at the bottom of the slow cooker. For this recipe, you can use bone-in pork chops as well. But you do want to make sure they are thawed out completely, so that way you get delicious tender pork chops. Next, we're going to add 8 ounces of sliced mushrooms and pour them right on top of the pork chops. And then we're going to slice an onion. I actually have a video on how to slice an onion perfectly every single time. I will link to it now, but we're just going to slice a half of an onion and place it right on top. In a small to medium size mixing bowl, we're going to add a can of cream of mushroom soup. If you don't like using the cream of soups, we actually do have a homemade recipe for cream of mushroom soup on eatingonadime.com. You can find the link below, or you can just use our search feature and you can make it from scratch and you'll get all the delicious flavors without all the extra stuff. Then we're going to add a can of cream of chicken soup. Again, if you don't want to use the cream of chicken soup, I've got a homemade recipe for you on eatingonadime.com. You can get the same flavors by making it from scratch, and honestly, it's actually very easy to make. Now we're going to add a half a cup of beef broth. You could do water if you would like to. If you don't have any beef broth on hand, I believe you'll still get a delicious flavor. A teaspoon of paprika. 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. You can mince your own or use pre-minced garlic like I've used, or a teaspoon of pepper. Use your whisk to gently mix everything together. It'll take just a little bit to get everything combined well, since you're doing the 2 cans of cream of soups, but once you get it moving, go ahead and whisk it together until it's blended well. I know it doesn't look great, but I promise you this recipe is easy and delicious. You will be amazed at the flavors that you will get in this slow cooker recipe. Once the sauce is completely mixed, we're going to pour it right on top of our pork chops and our onions, trying to get it evenly distributed across the top. It doesn't have to be perfect because our slow cooker is very forgiving, which is why I love making slow cooker recipes. Remember, you can get this full recipe and you can print it out and save it. We have the link in the description below, or you can use the search box on eatingonadime.com. Today we're going to cook this on low for 6 to 8 hours, or you can also cook on high for 3 to 4 hours. You just want to make sure that your pork has an internal temperature of 165 degrees. If you want your pork extra tender and almost falling apart, then I would definitely cook it on low for 8 hours or high for 4 hours.
It smells and looks amazing. Okay, let me show you what this looks like, friends. My favorite thing about this recipe is the sauce. I love serving this pork chops over mashed potatoes, but if you're not a potato fan, don't worry, it's great over egg noodles or even rice. It's so versatile. So my sister Carrie, as some of you guys know, she does not like mushrooms, but no worries. If you don't like mushrooms in this recipe, you can just easily leave it out. And I love that you can use any type of pork that you prefer. Today I use boneless pork chops, but this recipe works great with bone in as well. Also, if you're allergic to pork or you're just not a pork fan, boneless chicken breasts are delicious in this recipe as well. I cannot wait to try this. We used for the sauce 1 cream of chicken soup and 1 cream of mushroom. But if you don't like one, you can easily double up on the other instead. So let's say you do not like cream of mushroom, you can simply use 2 cans of cream of chicken soup instead. But definitely double it up because you're gonna get that nice sauce that's amazing on all your sides every single time. I love pork chops in the crock pot because a lot of times I have a tendency to accidentally overcook my pork chops, but in the crock pot, especially with this sauce, it makes it tender and delicious every single time. Now, the full link to this recipe is in the description below. You can get all of our tips and tricks as well as great recipes on how to serve and what to serve the smothered pork chops with. Also, we just added a new feature where you can add all the ingredients to your shopping cart, which makes cooking even easier at home, friends. All right, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys next time in my sister's kitchen. Bye, friends. I am going to eat some more of this pork.